And never mind, it is a single file train now. Everyone is running that high lane.
That was really lucky enough that Bubble defended that. But now Marcus is going to go to the inside. He runs him off the track. Bubble has to slow down. He discharges around the inside. Look at him side by side for the lead. Bubble, the Wonder Boy. He's over.
To the line, side by side. It's going to be Little Man has a wreck in the back.
On the track. Little Man sends it back into his spins. Little Man spins.
And welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. And what a beautiful afternoon we have today for Thursday Night Thunder, race number 2, the Camping World Truck Series for the Lucas Oil 110. This is going to be hopefully an exciting one, and we are getting ready. It'll be just a little bit, but we are here now, and we're going to talk about who's in, who's out, who's racing, the point standing, and everything like that. I'm your host, Marcus, and I am here, joined with Sin.
Depends which Sin you're talking to. There's two of me.
Huh?
Are you talking about me, or do you mean my target?
What? Welcome, Sin. How do you feel?
Great. Phoenix, very popular racetrack, all throughout the world, all throughout, just, in real racing, on sim racing, everywhere. Very popular track here. We are here in trucks today. Bubble starting on pole, and yeah, I've never seen a Phoenix race, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes.
Definitely, Ed. In this league, in KRE, in Bubbles Cup, any of those affiliated things, we sometimes have some exciting racing, as we've seen in previous Bubbles Cup seasons. 3 wide finishes, battle to the end, and you've seen your very own MRCO refugees get so close to winning those races, as we've got a couple of them here today. But is getting ready. We're gonna go through our field of cars. Again, Sin, I will go odd, you will go even, and starting in first place, and it is, I believe, last week he used his provisional. It is the number 4 Chevrolet of Bubble. Sin.
And yeah, in second place here, lining up right behind Bubble in the number 4 car, it's going to be in the number 60 car. It's going to be, I'm just going to read off of the names. Adam in the number 60 melting engine parts, Toyota Tundra.
And in third place is, in the Toyota Tundra, I'm not even going to try. The number 51 Toyota Tundra, cut in third.
And then in fourth place, if I could. And then fourth place, it is going to be the driver of Underville Chance 4 in the number 22 Gunbroker Dodge Ram truck.
In fifth, he gave Little Man that last push at the end of Daytona. The number 33 BFW Chevrolet, that is Kimi in fifth.
And then in sixth, your winner last week in the first ever race at Daytona, and just the first ever race in the truck series. It's Little Man, the number 27 Cambria Sweets. Chevy Silverado looking to go back-to-back for the first time in a truck series. Probably not in his career, but he's looking to go back-to-back and make a statement here at Phoenix.
In seventh place, in the number 31 Chevrolet Wolfpack. Chevy? I said that already. That is Prime. Again, in seventh.
Then eighth is going to be GTB in the Malcolmson Beast. Yeah, Beast in the number 8 Malcolmson Construction Chevy Silverado lining up today.
And right behind him in 9th is, you know him, you love him, it's just 4-3 in the number 3 Bad Boy Mowers Chevrolet.
And lining up right behind him, he was a favorite to win Daytona. Will he be a favorite to win here at Phoenix International Raceway? It's Charmander, also known as, I believe, yeah.
No, not Chance. Sorry, no, not Chance. Carmelo, that's what it is.
Carmelo, yeah, Carmelo in the 04 Dodge Ram truck. Dodge Ram sponsor truck.
That's the 10th, right?
Yep, 10th.
Okay, and in 11th is an MRCL refugee. The first one to make it, that's Cam in the number 28 Chevrolet.
Then lining up right next to him in 12th, it's Broomstick Sauce in the Usana number 50 Dodge Ram truck.
I believe that's DJ. In 13th is Ryder in the number 14 Durastar Ford F-Series.
Then lining up last, a very rare sight to see, is Agent in the 61 RTTI Rich Thompson Trucking Inc. Dodge Ram. It's going to be very interesting to see how he moves his way through the field and try to put himself in contention to get the race win. But that will cap off your driver order, your lineup for today's race here at Phoenix International Speedway.
Now, I want to mention before we go green is that all 3 Fortune brothers, Bubble, Lil Man, and Agent, are in the field as we saw. 1st, 6th, and last place. Can they do anything to make their way and win today as we get ready? Sin, you ready?
I'm ready. Here we go. Round 2.
Let's see this. We're back. Thursday Night Thunder here on MCRN. Coming to the green flag and green. Sin, take it away.
And we're green here, coming to the line. It's going to be a very even start. It's going to be very interesting to see who will get the advantage, the inside line or the outside line. Looks like Bubble getting a really good run in the inside. Looks like the outside, the 60 coming right back at him, but the 4 is going to get a push from the 51 here. And it looks like Bubble will take the race lead here as it's side by side in second here between the 51 and the 60 with the 22 right behind them in 4th and Ford trying to make a move on the outside, and then Kimi making a move on the inside, 3 wide already on the exit of turn 4. This race already has a lot of action-packed racing.
Very, very action-packed racing as Bubble has slowly gotten away from the pack. As we saw that in practice, is with the how many battles and how packed up it is, it will get people will pull right away if you're not battling with anyone. So the best thing to do now is to get in that single file train to at least stay with everyone. As Chance makes the move on Kimi. Kimi tries to fall back in, and also in the back, KM Bug slowly fell his way back and is currently sitting in last, probably not trying to get into that chaos, and especially because it's his first race back, I believe, since winning the Rolex 2.4.
Trying to make a comeback. Usually Kim Bug, what he likes to do is he likes to play it safe off the line, try not to do anything too crazy. But some people that like to do some crazy stuff is Ford, who was trying to go to pass Lil Man in the 27, was 3 wide to Kimi. Kimi a lot better, but he decided to lift off there. As it's a battle for second place up at the front, and then it looks like the 22 had a little bit of an issue. It looks like he hit the wall, and it looks like he's going to get slowed down. He's going to fall all the way back to the midfield. Charmander's going to pass him, Ford's going to pass him, Lil Man's going to pass him, same with Broomstick and Kimi. He's still falling down, but it looks like, yeah, a lot of battling going on right now in the mid to the back of the pack right now here at Phoenix.
We'll take a look at the second place spot. That's Athen. Athen finally made his move around Cut, unless it was the other way around. But Cut had hit the wall off the dog leg, not the dog leg. It just these turns, but it's one of those turns, and he had hit the wall. It gets very tight there. As I have done a couple laps with these trucks. It is you don't have to brake a lot. You can use the brake. The brake might help you, but you mostly have to lift around as they are 3 wide in the back. That's Beast, Agent, and Ryder.
Yeah, definitely a different driving style, especially from what I've seen. Racing in MRCL, NGC, all the racing leagues I've raced in that were streamed on this channel and on Niagara Network. Definitely a very different driving style that's not really seen anywhere that much, where you have to lift off. Lifting does more than braking. And it looks like right now the person that is doing the best using that package right now is Bubble in first, one of the owners of this league. So yeah, it's very interesting to see how he can use that to his advantage today. And so far, it looks like he's doing a pretty good job right now, keeping control of this league. It looks like he's pulling away lap by lap as the laps go by. Bubble.
It is mostly single file, which is what we're going to expect to see today. But coming to the final laps and coming to the laps where it needs to happen, they're going to start making moves. Again, you don't want to just stay in one spot for most of the race. Like, that'll cause problems. As in the back, that's Chance again into the wall, now getting passed by KM Bug. And that was mostly the only pass apart from the middle of the pack. That's Little Man and Agent. The two brothers finally have caught up to each other, the oldest and the middle one. And Agent takes that position from Little Man.
Yeah, Agent already made up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. You know, 6 positions here in Phoenix. Doing a pretty good job right now, making his way back up. I didn't see qualify. I'm not too sure what happened, but right now Agent showing some pace, making pass by pass every single lap as the laps go by.
To answer your question there, Agent had hit the wall off of turn number 2, which completely messed him up, as there's another hit off the wall on turn 4. That is DJ, and now Agent has went up 6, 7 spots.
Sure did. As yeah, Agent making a move, and it looks like Low Man trying to make a move on the 50 broomstick right now, and it looks like he's going to get that done. He's going to make up, I believe, another. Actually, I think he's falling back. I'm not too sure, but yeah, a lot of the vets right now, currently in the midfield, Ford trying to get up there. He's going to be one to watch today, right behind Carmelo, one of the favorites to win last week. They're both favorites to win last week, and we're looking to try to get a better finish this week after, I believe, Charmander DNFing Ford not getting the greatest finishing position.
Oh no, he hit the wall!
As Ford hits the wall, luckily he has a little bit of distance between himself and Kimi. Might go defensive, might not. Looks like he's going to not play defensive yet. But yeah, it's very frustrating to see, you know, having all that momentum and then hitting the wall like that. Definitely something you don't want to see as a driver, and something you don't want to see as a commentator too, who's raced.
Take a look at second place there. That's cut past Athen. That happened a little bit while we were talking about Ford hitting the wall. We might have saw it on the broadcast, but that's just another spot. They're going to be battling for most of the day if they cannot catch up to Bubble, which again, passing right now is not the best thing. You have to stay in your single file lane as Athen goes for the bump on cut. Athen, a veteran, by the way. I don't think he's raced at all for any of the seasons for any of season 5's Bubble Cup, and I don't think he's done any nationwide starts. So this, I think, one of his first starts back. As in the back, I think there was a problem. That is Chance and Prime, very far back from KM Bug Rider and Beast. Again, we're going to see a lot of problems, a lot of wall taps, and a lot of people struggling with tires.
Your tires definitely going to make a difference, you know, because the less tires you have, the less, you know, you could really make moves, and just it gets really frustrating and difficult to drive your car. So, and I think, you know, as the laps go by, the more the tires get warm, we're going to be seeing a lot of wall taps. So we might be seeing a lot of very frustrated drivers on that note. But we'll see here. As the lap goes by, it looks like Bubble hit the wall, but so did the 51.
Oh, that's not going to help. And by the way, fastest lap, Bubble with a 32.863, barely missed that, as Cut falls to 4th. And that's Carmelo up to 3rd. His first time being this far up, as there's a battle back there. Let's take a look back with Ryder, DJ, and Beast. DJ's gonna keep his position, but Ryder trying to go on the apron, and there's a lot of stuff happening here. Trying to keep up. Again, keep watching this on MCRN. We've still got lots to come.
We do, and it looks like Bowman is starting to make up some positions here. Looks like I believe he got past Ford. Now he's trying to make a charge towards Kimi, but Ford's probably not going to let him get away that easy. Ford is one of the fastest drivers here, and he definitely thinks that he has a pace to get by Little Man and even past Kimi in the rest and try to make the charge for the lead. But Little Man, your race winner last week, is making that a very, very difficult task. So we'll definitely have to see how this battle plays out. It looks like Agent is starting to catch up a little bit too. Agent might be involved in this battle in the next couple of turns.
And talking about battles, and that's Carmelo up to second place, passes Athen, as he's, I don't know what Athen doing. Athen kind of let him by. Maybe he just doesn't have the speed, or maybe that tire wear is starting to affect him a lot more, as Carmelo is going to now chase. Now let's see the gap. It's a 2 second, and they have caught up. Yeah, Carmelo has caught closer than Athen has been this whole race with a 1.666. But the most of the field is now single file, as I think it is just going to be the catch-up game.
Yeah, and right now, Charmander is definitely, I'm not too sure about Bubble. We'll have to see what the gap is looking like after this lap. But just in turn 1 and turn 2, he pulled away so much from the 50 or the 60, as it looks like here he's not going to get the greatest turns off of the exit of, I believe, 4.
Yeah.
As he's going to lose 4/10 there. But just in turn 1, we might even see it here. Charmander exiting turn 2. We saw him pull away a lot the last lap. This time it looks like the 60 had a pretty good turn there too. But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing flashes of pace from all these guys, you know, just throughout the field, especially Charmander. Like, you might see it right here. He might pull away here, but yeah, I'm seeing a lot of flashes from a lot of guys. So it's not over yet. I know Bubble has a really commanding lead, but as we talked about at Daytona, you know, drivers learn as the laps go on, and there are a lot of drivers here that are really good at learning as the race goes by, so we'll definitely be seeing a lot of stuff happening today.
I was gonna say, speaking about learning, is Carmelo, from what I know, he is a rookie. This is his first time being in one of these cars, and he's ran super good, as getting pole at Daytona, unfortunately wrecked out at the end, but he's showing a strong showing here early, and he catches up just a little bit. I don't know if Bubble's doing something wrong, or if Carmelo's doing something really right, as behind him that's Cut making the pass on Athen, and that might allow Kimi to catch up. No, Athen's gonna lift off, and I think that's the smartest thing that Athen can do.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to keep battling with these guys, you know, especially with the leader, how far away he is. You guys definitely have to figure out who's faster than who, and just try to figure something out. Charmander getting really close to the wall there. Might lose a little bit of time there. Yeah, looks like he's gonna lose some time. But yeah, I mean, right now, from what I'm seeing, Bubble is one of the more consistent drivers. And then Charmander has a pace. It looks like he is, you know, potentially faster than Bubble in some corners, but it looks like he's kind of struggling to get the consistency down here at Phoenix. So we'll have to see how that goes as the race goes by. As it looks like Bubble is on the apron. Is he coming into the pits? He is.
I was gonna say, Bubble making the second person to make a pit stop, as a lap earlier, Chance made a pit stop, and he's currently coming out of pit road as we speak. We're gonna see him right here. But Bubble pitting, being the first one of the big group pitting, that gives Carmelo the lead. So we should see some more pitters in the next couple of laps. As one more thing, I want to real quick highlight that backpack. That's Beast, Rider, Cambug, and Prime. All 4 of them have been battling really hard, especially Cambug. Again, Cambug's aggressive racing might not help him here in this league, as Athen came into pit, and that is the 3rd pitter so far.
Yeah, going back to the battling back there between Kimbug and the others there, we were talking about how, you know, being single file is the move here. I know the guys up ahead, like Asian and Blue, are currently, you know, side by side right now, but before, like a couple turns ago, they were single file, and there was a pretty significant gap, as you can still see, between the 50 car and the 8 right now, as the 14 still trying to make a move on the 8. There was a little bit of a gap, and that was a pretty good indicator on, you know, what it looks like when you're single file and not battling, and when you have cars going side by side trying to make moves on each other. So if you're wondering what we were talking about when we were you know, saying, you know, you guys really have to, you know, work together and try not to battle anyone, that's what we meant. As right now, so the 14 puts the 8 in the wall, and it'll put the 8 right behind the 14 and help the 14 out, but the 8 probably won't be too happy about that.
And as that was going on, the 61 of Agent and the 50 of DJ have came into pit road, which has been the 4th and 5th pitter. As of right now, Bubble and everyone else is out of pits, as this pit window is very short. If that's how it's gonna be, then either they're trying to do some sort of like a different strategy or not. But I mean, again, I would not know. We are not aware of the current tire fall off, as I believe. Oh, there's Carmelo hits the wall, and that allows Kimi to catch up. Apologies for that. As I was about to say, Kimi during practice was practicing a lot on tire fall off, and he was just seeing how many laps you could go. Maybe it has changed, maybe it hasn't. So Kimi knows something, and I'm guessing everyone else is just trying their own thing. As someone else came into pit, let me get to see who that is. That is Ryder and KM Bug, and that is your 6th and 7th pit stop pitter.
Yeah, Kimi definitely knows something right now. You know, the fact that he's been staying out this long, and I think it was a really smart move to try to practice that. And honestly, at every racetrack, I think it's always best to try to get, you know, a race trim going, try to see what the tire fall off is looking like, try to see, you know, where you can save, where you can't. Looks like so far Kimi's doing a really good job at doing that right now. He's still staying out. He took the lead. Looks to be pretty consistent, as it looks like the 22 is going to hit the wall, and there's going to be a whole cluster of cars here, a whole squad trying to battle each other to get to second so he can catch up to Kimi. But yeah, right now it might be looking like it might be a tire save race, and as Charmander in the 04 exits the 9-degree turn 4 and will be entering the pits this time.
Along with Prime and Beast already in pit road doing their pit stops, as that's Chance making a pass on the 33 to get his lap back. As I think that, wait, is he getting his lap back or is he? No, yeah, he's getting his lap back. So yeah, he was the very first pitter, and he just got one of his laps back. And let's see who else comes into pit. I think that's a Little Man and Cut. Yep, that is Little Man, Cut, and I believe if Ford, yep, Ford is coming to pit. That's almost the whole field, apart from Kimi. Again, Kimi knows something that we don't, and we're gonna see if it works in the end.
It's very good that Kimi is staying out right now, because the longer you stay out, and especially with, you know, when some of these guys pit and, you know, how long it was when they last pitted, he's going to have a big tire advantage. And right now, the fact that he's staying out right now and he's looking pretty good is really good, because not only could you save more and you'll have fresher tires, but it's going to be less times you're going to have to come into the pits potentially today here at Phoenix.
As here, all 3 of them come out. By the way, pit road speed is 40 miles per hour. That is very slow. That doesn't mean there's no disadvantage for anyone else. It is 40 for everyone, as Bubble is slowly trying to get his lap back, and he's just a very, maybe 3 seconds away from Kimi, as Kimi's gonna pass on pitting this time, and we'll see in these next couple of laps.
We'll see. It looks like Kimi is still out right now on track, not looking to come in yet. Kimi potentially paying off the practice that he put in with the race trim right now. Honestly, looking to be a favorite right now in the 33 VFW Chevy Silverado.
And I was gonna say, the practice definitely makes perfect. You would think that practice in row racing leagues would not do much and pay off well, and as I believe he's starting to come into pits, he does, as he's the final pitter, and that is your first round of green flag pit stops. But going back to what I was saying, practice makes perfect. We had Beast last week at Martinsville have maybe 5 hours, 6 hours of practice, and that ended up paying off. Unfortunately, not enough. He did not win as Ford wins after that crazy finish at the end. Again, that was crazy. But practice definitely does pay off, and let's see if it pays off for Kimi as everyone gets their lap back.
Everyone gets it back, and now it has to see how long it's going to take for him to get in and out of his stall and out of pit road. See where he falls. Looks like right now Bubble is your leader. You know, he did pit more recent or later than Charmander did. Yeah, as coming off of his pit stop, looks like coming into the dog leg. It looks like Agent is going to pass Kimi. Same with Charmander. Same with Lowman and Black Mamba. There's a lot of cars here.
Cut.
The last car to pass him seemed to be Ford, and he did fall back a lot. But he is on the faster and fresher tires, so it will be very interesting to see what he does to try to get himself through this field and see how long he could stretch his run again for the second stint.
He did fall back very much, as I think we're going to see. He's going to come out at 9th place. That is definitely far. But as you said, he's got the fresher tires than everyone else. So let's see if that pays off. As there's not many battles, it's mostly two cars around each other. There's Ryder and Beast battling back there, as Beast is going to get past him. As there's mostly single file around the whole track. Again, very to none battles, but we've still got a long road ahead. About 100 or 90 laps something to go. So stay tuned on MCRN. Yeah.
Definitely stay tuned. And something to monitor right now is, you know, Agent and Charmander, they stayed out longer than Bubble. I'd say when Bubble came in, they stayed out no more than, I'd say, maybe 10 laps, between like 5 and 10 laps. And Bubble really pulled away a lot with those fresh tires. So one thing that we're going to be watching right now is to see how fast or how much faster Charmander, Agent, all those people are going to be compared to Bubble, what the gap is looking like. Coming up to this lap, try to see how much faster they are.
Well, let's take a look at Carmelo and Agent. Agent and Carmelo currently battling for 3rd place. That's Agent going to be almost running him out into the wall. Very tight there. Again, this track is super tight, and with lower tires each and every lap, it's just a struggle. As the two Fortune brothers, that's Agent and Little Man, trying to catch up to the youngest Bubble. Again, there's still a long race, so who knows if they're going to catch up. And honestly, I'm a little bit surprised for there to not be any cautions yet. We saw very little cautions at Daytona in the beginning because of the package we were running, but we haven't seen anything here. No near misses, no scares yet. But I think with laps going down, we're definitely going to see some crazy shenanigans go on.
Yeah, definitely. And something to take note of is that usually when we see a wreck, there's like a pretty big pack. But right now it's very spread out. But, I mean, there are some spots where there are a good amount of drivers that could potentially get involved into a wreck. Like, right behind, you know, Agent, Charmander, and Little Man, and Black Mamba, you have Ford, Kimi, and as well as the 50-year broomstick right now. Yeah, DJ battling right now. They're pretty close together. So it's still spread out, but there are still some cars close together. So you definitely can't count out a wreck, but something to take note of is that it shouldn't be that frequent to see something happen just looking at this gap. Also, something I've noticed, one lap Bubble went around and he was 16 seconds and 3/10 clear of Agent and Charmander. The next lap he ended up going from 16 seconds and 3/10 to 16 seconds and 9/10. And something very interesting was that this gap that he put, he probably wanted an alternate strategy. He probably took 2 tires, less fuel. And it's very interesting to see right now that he's still pulling away from some of these guys.
You're right. I don't know if they have, you know what, but to talk about that, I don't know if they have that, like, I don't know which chassis this is, but I think, yeah, there's still that option for 2 tires. So possibly, and remember, don't count out Athen there in 2nd place. He's starting to get, it looks like Bubble, right as he said that, Bubble's starting to pull away. So it looks like Athen and Agent, I don't even think it's them struggling. I think it's Bubble found something now, and he's starting to go a lot more. As there's a bigger pack. Here's Agent, Carmelo, Cut, and Little Man. Little Man can pull away from Kimi, and actually no, he wasn't never near them, but they've caught up to Agent and Carmelo.
Yeah, they did. Potentially some fresh tires taking advantage right now. Agent Charmander, as Bubble sets the fastest lap. Okay, he's on
I think
fire
he's still
today.
no. I think he's still the fastest lap. I don't think there's much of a change.
Unless he set a faster time, but I mean, all I know right now is that the gap is increasing and he's flying right now.
As you see them there, Bubble running the 33.329 that lap. Here's Athen about to cross the line. We'll see what he runs this lap, as it is a. Yeah, he's running 33.7s, as Bubble's definitely running way faster than him. And as let's see this little pack, as there's a 33.69, 33.9. Again, they're in a battle though. There's not much you could do in a battle, but Athen is all alone and he's struggling.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are struggling, and right now it's too wide between the 27 and the 16, and the 51 trying to make a move on the 27 and the 61. With Lowman trying to make a move on Charmander. These guys are battling right now, and Bubble's still being able to pull away. As looking at the last pit lap, yeah. Ooh, is Charmander?
They got 3 wide.
Ball?
He actually did not. He backed out of it to not hit the wall, but even if he stayed in it, he might not have hit the wall. But again, they're getting a little bit dicey, so we're gonna keep an eye on this pack right here as they're about to go 3 wide. Agent!
3 wide.
Woo!
Agent forcing it 3 wide. Yeah, 51 knows better of it to lift off. As the more they are doing this, the more Bubble's just pulling away. I mean, I'm very curious to see what it's going to look like if one of these guys gets in front of each other and they start pulling away, and we can start seeing what the gap is looking like with Bubble. Though right now, they're just making mistake after mistake, just fighting each other, and Bubble is taking full advantage of this 20-second lead now. As, yeah, this is just kind of questionable racing right now. I mean, of course, it's like really good, but comparing to how far away they are from Bubble and the fact that there has been no cautions yet, this is not looking good for second
ideal.
place. Yeah, not ideal for second place and behind.
3rd place. Remember, there's still Athen there. Athen is still struggling to at least catch up. He's been way more slower, as we also saw pitters starting to come in. That was Chance and KM Bug. KM Bug now coming out of pit road, as you see on the leaderboard. As going back, Carmelo making the move on the little man on the apron. Can he do anything to make it past them? He's not really, and KM Bug's gonna come out right next to them. As again, there's not much. The only battle right here is here, and they shouldn't even be battling. Like we've said already, battling will cause the leader to pull away, and that is for sure what's happening. As here's Agent coming down into pit road.
Coming down the pit road. And then Kimi making his move on the fresher tires right now. Trying to make a move on the 27 low man. Could he get there? It doesn't look like he can. The 27 getting a really good run off of the high side. Exiting turn 1 and turn 2. Now entering the dog leg. Looks like the 51 is also going to get a good run on Kimi's outside. Going to be 2 wide here for 4th place. As it looks like Kimi might get the advantage here. Looks like the 27's going to come in to get faster and fresher tires. Looks like the 2nd place car of Atheneum is going to come in as well. And
Whoa! And a wreck into KM Bug, and that is cuts 1 car, and the caution is out. And wow, what just happened there? Sin.
So looking at it, someone turned down into someone.
It was cut. That's what it was. Looking back on it, yep.
Yeah, Cut just turned down on, I believe it was Charmander, and just wrecked everyone. So that will bring out your first caution of the day. Bubble's huge lead is now going to be shrunk to nothing. Cut is on his last car. It's lucky he's still in the race, but he's on his last car. The first car to wreck out of this race. And yeah, the field is back up together. Probably going to see a lot of pitters this time, as it looks like the 60 just crashed into Cut's car.
That's great.
Probably won't count towards anything, but
I do not think so. But and yeah, weird things going on early at Phoenix. We're actually gonna go on break, so we will be right back. But you will. And we are back here at Phoenix after that short intermission. Bubble will lead, Kimi in second place, Carmelo in third, Ford in fourth. And that is all you need to know for now. Cut is on his last car and everyone is on the lead lap after that caution. We should get ready. We never got our picks, so you know what? Let's quickly do our picks. Sin, what is your pick?
Bubble. He's just been lights out today.
You're right, and actually last week he did say he was going to win this today, so we'll see if that does come true. As you know what, I'm going to go with DJ. DJ in the number 50. I think he can get it done. He will pop up out of nowhere, get this race win. Let's hope so. But we're coming to the green. Sin, you take it.
Definitely could happen. Anything could happen here on MCRN Racing Network here in Kimi's Racing Enterprises. We're green as Bubble gets a not so good start. Bubble gonna fall all the way to last place potentially, and Kimi is gonna take the lead here entering turn 1. Gonna try to fend off the 04 of Charmander here. Charmander trying to sneak on the inside. He can't get it done. Kimi able to get a really good run on the outside.
Oh, wrecking in the back!
And there's a crash! A huge crash in the back entering the dog leg. The 8, the 50, and the 28 all have damage. The 31 luckily escaped it alive, but we will have a 4-car wreck in your second caution of the race.
This is back-to-back caution, precautions. It's so horrible. That's KM Bug, DJ, and my pick, right? As I said that I should have picked them. There's Prime, Beast, just all of them going 4 wide. That not a good area to be in. And with what Bubble's original thing is, what I heard him say post-race or pre-race was he was going to go back. He was going to go all the way to the back, which he did this restart. I don't know. He said he was going to do that for the start, but he's doing it now. So, oh, it looks like Prime didn't get damage. Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Okay, then never mind. But man, just so unfortunate though. You cannot be chaotic on those restarts, especially with so much to lose. That means 4 cars are now on their final cars, and Bubble is all the way back there. I don't know if that helped him or if it is going to help him, but we'll see coming into the next half of the race.
Yeah, luckily we still have every driver still in this race. We have Cut, who still has his car, and then the rest of the drivers that crashed on that last lap still have their cars. So they are A-OK. We still have the entire pack here still in this race. Kimbug resetting his car, a couple other people resetting their car. But yeah, here we go.
We wait around, waiting for everyone to get their cars restarted, as we're gonna go green hopefully this lap. Again, very single filed out racing until now, where again these restarts are going to be the most chaotic parts of the race, and especially that ending. It's going to be everyone trying to battle for that win if they're up front. And there's still strategy. Remember, I think there's only been 2-3 pitters. That was Cambug. I could be wrong about that. I don't know how many pitters pit. I kind of forgot, but still, there's still a big opening for anything to happen.
Definitely anything could happen here in Kimi's Racing Enterprise, KRE, live on MCRN Racing Network. We've already seen 2 pretty interesting crashes. A really big crash the last time around, and then we saw the first crash with Cut. So yeah, something going to get very interesting here as the laps go by, especially in the last couple of laps. That's usually how it goes in the road racing universe. So yeah, we'll definitely see how it plays out. Another thing to see how it plays out is Bubble in the back in the 4 Longhorn Chevy Silverado. You're going to see how he does, trying to get back up into the field, get back in control of the race lead. He's going to be one to watch. Kimi's a one to watch. Charmander, Carmelo, one to watch. Ford, one to watch. A lot of people Our favorites to win this race, but only one can win. Who will it be?
As you take a look right there, that's Little Man, Agent, and Bubble all on the high lane. The Fortune brothers finally near each other. Can they be near each other for this restart, and can they catch up to each other? Who will be up front when it needs to happen? Again, everyone gets the lead lap when caution comes out as they get ready. Kimi, again, like you said, leading with I think Carmelo in second, Ford in third. And actually, we're gonna go on board with Ford for this restart. We'll take a close look at that, and we're actually gonna do our own commentary, so we'll see what happens. Restart as a lot of people try and pit in the back. Cambug almost spun it out, and Cambug almost spun out. Cut, Ryder, Carmelo, Beast, Prime, and Bubble to pit road as everyone else battles up here in the front. Athen will lead, and here's Chance for the first time. Oh, and he just can't get it.
Try to get the slide job, try to get him caught off guard. Looks like he wasn't able to do that. Looks like this Athenum was able to keep his lead there, but we still might see a lot of battling here. Here we go. The 22 trying to make a move onto the inside again here. Little Man trying to make a move on the outside. Looks like he's going to get that done. Agent trying to catch up. Kimi trying to catch up. And it looks like the field is starting to kind of spread out here as the pitters are now exiting pit road. Who will pit next time?
But now that big pack of pitters are just it's gonna be so weird now because they're all gonna be battling, and hopefully not. Hopefully they know what to do, and let's hope they don't battle, because battling will not help you at all. Cut exits out in first in that little pack back there, as Ford did pit earlier, so he's gonna be coming out very soon. And Athen will remain leading with Little Man in second, and there's Agent going up to third.
He should try to move here. Could he get it done in turn one? The 22 really sends it in. The 61 really trying to prioritize exit speed, trying to use that outside run to his advantage. He's going to try to get a switch back here. Looks like he's going to get that done. Entering the dogleg here onto the curbing. Agent onto the inside. The 22 onto the outside. Who will get the turn? Who will get the better turn here? Entering turns 3 and the exit of turn 4. The 9-degree banking here at Phoenix. Looks like Agent able to try to get the lead, not the lead, third, but it looks like he's gonna hit the wall there. The 22 able to come back at him. Agent, definitely a frustrating moment there. The 22 able to take his third place back. And it looks like he's trying to send it in here on the inside. Looks like he's gonna get it done. A very good send here from Agent, the 61. Side by side again, the 22. Could he get it done here entering turn 3?
I believe I saw him dooring him a lap earlier. So definitely probably very frustrating for the number 61. That's the first Fortune brother. And going back up, the second Fortune brother. And the first one, that's Little Man, finally catching up to Athen. And it might, and oh, a caution has come out, and that is over there. That's Cut again, and Cut is out of the race. I don't know what happened there, but that's unfortunate.
I've seen tire marks on the exit of the dog leg going to the wall. I'm not sure if he got collected by someone or if he just got hit by lag again, but all I know is that the 51 of Cut is going to be out of this race. He does not have another backup car. His toe link's done. The right front of his car is toast. It looks like, yep. Official word from the officials, Cut will DNF from the race. Very unfortunate to see from Cut.
And you know what was funny was everyone was joking around about how much speed Cut had just for him to lag out of the race. Or it might have been him. It might not be. I'm pretty sure it is. But just very unfortunate. We saw that happen in Bubbles Cup, and just he's not. It's not fun for him. Lag does end up getting the best of everyone. So not much you can do about that as everyone goes on to the lead lap. So the pitters definitely got much help there.
Yeah, they did. A lot of these guys up in the lead are going to be fighting for their life here, trying to fend off the drivers all the way in the back. They're going to try to make their moves. So we might see one of the more chaotic restarts. I know the last restart was pretty chaotic, but this one might even top that. As we're going to go green this time, they're going to double up here on the exit of turn 2. The 60 is in the lead, the 27 in second.
Oh.
Asian, a little bit of contact there with the 22. 22 apologizing there to Asian. Asian drifting it on the grass. Asian will be in third, and the 22 will be in fourth. That will round out your top 4 for this restart. A lot of freshies right behind them, but a lot of old tires around them in the front. How will this play out?
I believe Agent is not happy with that from reading the radio. Chance repeatedly saying, "I am sorry." So, an Agent's not one you want to get mad. So, especially the Fortune brothers, as we've seen that anger from them during the Bubbles Nationwide Series race at Martinsville. Bubble had ended up sending me and some other guy into the wall. So you just don't want to get anyone mad because you never know what they could do. One wreck could ruin your race, as there's only 3 cars with 1 car left as we are going to the green. Sin, take it away.
Here we go, off of the 9-degree, turn 4 banking, and into the restart zone. We are green yet again here at Phoenix International Raceway. 27 getting a really good start off the line. The 60 trying to get a good corner entrance into turn 1. Little man trying to pull the switchback here on the 60. Looks like he might not be able to get that done. He will. The 60 hits the wall. Gonna slow him down. Luckily, Asian was there to help.
Rocket in the back!
Rider! No!
Oh, and that's just another situation of you don't want to be packed up like that. 4 wide, 3 wide. Man, just unfortunate. I believe, from looking back at it, yeah, it was 3 wide. He ended up going into the wall, turning himself, and that caused him to get damage. Unfortunate for Ryder, but that is his last car now. Going to be his last car. And, yep, there it is. Ryder's last car. What a chaotic restart, as you said.
It was a very chaotic restart, and the person that was able to capitalize off of that and take the race lead, your race winner from last week at Daytona, World by Senator Racing. Little man, the 27 will be your leader here. Could he try to pull away and pull a little bit of a bubble on the rest of this field? Or will Bubble, or anyone else, honestly, in that matter, just catch up and try to put a fight on with Little man, try to take the lead? I know we still have a lot of freshies in the back trying to work their way to the front here. And most of these guys are not going to be able to pit under caution, so they're going to have to figure something out. So definitely going to be the next, very chaotic the next few laps. Going to be very interesting to see how it plays out, and you guys will not want to miss how it plays out here on MCRN Racing Network. Kimi's KRE, Kimi's Racing Enterprise.
Looks like the call to green is not on. We will be right back. Again, you won't miss a thing. We'll be on a short intermission. We'll be back. We're gonna go on. Welcome back as we get ready for the restart again. This is the 4th caution, I believe, and we're gonna go on board with Carmelo in the 04 Dodge on this restart. Therefore, no commentary for at least a couple of laps. Sin, any final thoughts before?
Yeah, I mean, still a lot of guys on fresh tires, a lot of people that might still want to pit next couple of laps. I know most of the guys up front are going to want to have to pit. I think everyone ahead of Ford right now will have to pit, and then everyone else behind did pit. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Very, very interesting as we go on board with Carmelo. As they are 4 wide, almost 3 wide, with Bubble, Chance, and Ford, as Lowman, Athen, and Agent try to keep this lead as they're still battling. They're sending completely, and there's Ford. Oh, and Chance into the wall, and that's Ford up to 4th into the next lap.
And Bubble making his way through the fields. He said he was going to win, looking to be the favorite to win. He's going to make almost a move on the outside of the 50-year broomstick. EJ. And yeah, it looks like he will. Now coming into turn 3, he's going to be right behind Agent, trying to pass him. Bubble is on fire right now as Ford is trying to run a little bit of the apron. As here we go, Bubble on the inside of the 61, the 50, potentially making a 3-wide move here. Nope, he's going to push Bubble. Bubble's going to pass the 61 of Agent. Now going to try to make a move on Ford. Bubble making his way through this lead, or through this pack, as Kimbug and the others back there are a lot.
Remember, it's those new tires, those Bubble, Ford, DJ, Ryder, guys like that. Agent's getting smoked by them by having a little bit older tires, as Lil Man will start pulling away from Athen, but can he pull away from his little brother? There's Agent to pit road. He's finally done with it, as there's almost a flip in the back. That was I believe Carmelo, and nothing happened though. He kind of popped up on 2 wheels of a wheel hop, which is really weird, as here's Bubble on Little Man. Here he comes as Ford is starting to get past Athen. Will he make a move coming into turn number 3 into the straightaway?
And like he will, trying to get to the inside. The 60 is trying to make a move here on the outside, try to keep his position, try to defend it. They're going to be side by side. Ford will be ahead of the apex here, entering turn 1. Looks like the 60 is going to back out. Could he potentially get a switch back here on Ford? Doesn't look like it, as Ford starting to catch up to the 27 of Lowman and the 4 of Bubble. Could Ford put a fight to Bubble, who should pull away from the 27 here very soon? Just considering on what the tire situation is looking like. But yeah, it'll definitely be something to watch here as the laps tick down. Lap 68 of 110. Pretty sure we're more than halfway done here at Phoenix International Raceway, and Bubble in the lead, and he's pulling away from the 27. He pulled away a lot there in turn 1 and 2. Holy.
Keep in mind, a couple of pitters. Kimi along with KM Bug have pitted to Kimi out with Agent, but KM Bug currently in pits, so this time we might start seeing pitters once again, as this might just be the Bubble show as he starts pulling away, like you said. Now we're on lap 70 of 110. Still don't know how many to go, but I'm sure it's lower than 50.
And the good thing with Bubble is that he has one of the more fresher tires, in the entire field right now. And the fact that he's in first, he's in control of this race, his strategies are, like, open right now. He could do whatever. I'd probably say what he should probably do is let the guys on older tires, pit, because they're going to have to pit soon, as it looks like here maybe Lowman might come into pit. As, yep, it does look like that. Try to stretch it a little bit, try to make it so that the car that is on the more fresher tires that will be behind him to kind of let them catch up a bit, but once they start to kind of get close to where your gap is, you come in, you get those fresh tires, and it's just over from there. So a lot of strategies for Bubble right now, but which one will he choose?
This is what racing's all about. It's just this strategy, the racing product. And right now, Ford just trying his very hardest to catch up as Athen comes into pits. Again, there's a lot more people going to start pitting very, very soon. As Athen, the only one currently, Ford lost a couple of tenths that lap. As he might lose more. He's been running up very high, close to that wall. So his tires are probably definitely going out more than Bubbles are. And again, Bubbles just fast, the pole sitter, looking to win this race. He's trying to go for the sweep.
And coming to the line, looking at the gap, it looks like he pulled away from 5/10 on one lap, so Bubble is on a roll. If there was one person that would probably contend with him right now, it would be Ford, and Ford is not really having the pace to catch up to Bubble. Bubble is just lights out all day today, lights out fast, so yeah, I think my race pick might win.
Unfortunately, as DJ actually is not far away, he's in place. So, you know, anything could happen. And as I like to say that saying a lot, I used to like it. And the caution comes out right as I was saying that. That's Agent JF spun on turn number 1. I don't know what happened there. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Something that did happen is that the field is close together, and the people that just pit are now faster than Bubble. And Bubble has to pit. So now it's going to be very interesting to see how Little Man tries to get through this field, try to take control of this thing. How Bubble is going to respond to this. Even Ford, for that matter, all the people that stayed out and didn't pit, they have a lot of thinking to do during this caution regarding pit strategy. So we'll have to see what the strat is for all these drivers.
And we're going to go on break until we can get the racing going. We'll be right back with more racing. And we are back, getting ready to go green, this time with 75 to go at the line. 75 laps in, 76 laps when we hit the line. As Bubble in the lead, Ford in second, and DJ third, and Carmelo in fourth. He's been in fourth most of that day and in that position. As actually, we're going to take a little looky at KM Bug. We're going to do the KM Bug Cam, one of the most aggressive drivers in MRCL. Hopefully can keep that aggression here to maybe make his way up to the field. So we'll see it on this restart. And yeah, take a look at the number 28 Chevrolet. how just chaotic people go on the start. KM starting last has made his way up to 8th place, as up front there's a battle between Bubble and Ford. Ford and Bubble been pushing each other, shoving each other around the whole lap. And here's Little Man now making a pass on Ford. And this is getting way crazy now.
Yeah, it is. Bubble and Ford making a lot of contact. Entering turn 3 and 4 last lap, Bubble was putting Ford on the apron. Ford had to lift off, and it looks like Ford is going to pit early. He's going to be the first pitter for this cycle. So we'll have to see how that plays out for not only him, but the rest of the field, like Bubble. How will his strategy change?
Little Man starting to get closer because of that push from Athen. And again, not much happening, but here's Little Man to the outside. Little Man, one of the Fortune brothers, one of 3 Fortune brothers with Bubble, battling each other. This was hoping to be how the ending of Daytona was going for them. And in the back, there's a wreck. Ryder tries to pit from the top road, and he saves it. What an amazing save from Ryder. But that was probably one of the most stupidest things he could have done, as Little Man takes the lead from Bubble, and they're maybe going to go 3 wide. They will go 3 wide. Athen, Bubble, and Little Man. Little Man going to back out of that, because you know it's not smart to do that, especially this early from the end of the race, and that's going to allow Kimi and Agent JF to catch up.
They're starting to catch up. Little Man on the faster and fresher tires. He almost got, control of the lead. But the 4 and the 60 had something to say about that, as the 27 getting a push from Kimi, trying to get the run on Bubble here. Bubble going to lift off there, thinking he was going to hit the wall. He's going to lift off and give his brother 2nd place, going to fall right behind him. Kimi potentially making a move on Bubble. Looks like he's just going to sit behind for now. But Little Man is in a pretty good spot right now to try to take the race lead. He is on one of the fastest and fresher tires of throughout the entire field, but it looks like the 60 is kind of pulling away, and the 4 is not escaping his bumper. So Little Man has to get a move on.
Definitely got to get a move on, as the 3 Fortune brothers have never been this close to each other, as Agent is just right behind Kimi. That'll round out your top 5 and top 6. You stretch it out a little bit more, that's KM Bug in the number 28. And so he's definitely got some catching up to do, and definitely his closest he has been to the lead all day. As here comes Bubble into the inside of Little Man. He's going to lift off just to get that better corner. And Little Man is trying to chase down Athen as a rider comes out right in front of them. And as there's Agent sliding in the back, and what is going on? What was that?
Agent getting some style points. Unfortunately, that's not going to go towards his championship, but that was pretty cool to see. Pretty stupid. I'm not too sure what that was. But Bubble hits the wall there, but luckily he's going to get a push from Kimi, so he won't lose any spots. But Agent trying to get some style points in the dog leg here in Phoenix.
Yeah, that doesn't come out for another, 7 years still. Not 7, about, maybe 9. But I don't know what he's doing, but luckily it did not ruin his day, as he is only on 1 more car. So if he wrecks out, he's done for, as Ryder with fresher tires trying to get past him. As coming back, that's Kimi trying to get past Bubble, as it is now single file mostly for this front pack. Athen looking to try to run away with this, which I'm expecting there is still 1 more pit stop for a couple of these guys, if not most.
Yeah, definitely. After Ford pit, there's definitely going to be a lot of guys that are going to want to pit to try to get their tires to be faster than Ford's, because looking, back here with Ryder, he was just side by side with Agent a lap ago, entering the dog leg. Now he's trying to pass Bubble, who's one of the favorites to win this race. So you can definitely see, the tire advantage here is pretty significant. And Ford was right on par with some of these guys. So when these guys come in, Ford is going to be long gone. So these guys are going to have to try to plan out when they're going to pit in. So Ford's not too far away, and they're not too far back, and they still have a chance to really use their tires to try to catch up. Also try to shorten the amount of times they come into the pits.
Or anything can happen, and a wreck happens. Again,
Agent could go into the grass, try to get freestyle points, and just shunt it into the wall. As Bubble comes in the pit.
we've seen a couple of pitters as there's Carmelo, there's Prime, and DJ. Again, you can see this. If we do not catch the pit stops, you can see it on the ticker. You see right there next to their names that says pit if they are in pits. Just keep that in mind, as Athen and Little Man still trying to pull more away with how much their tires can do. And Agent is definitely falling back. Him trying to do his little style point stuff, which he needs to stop it. As here's Kimi coming into pit road. Kimi, Agent, and I believe Kamba. Yep, all three of them in pit road now.
Yeah, I think they're. I'm not too sure, but I think they're following Bubble because Bubble is one of the faster drivers, and they want to be pretty much on par with him regarding tires and pace. So they're probably thinking of stretching it out just a little bit, just so they have a little bit of an advantage on Bubble. But yeah, I think this goes back to what we were talking about with Ford coming in, trying to get the tire advantage. I believe when they come out, Ford is going to be the 27 of Little Man and the 60 of Athenum came into the pits.
And let's talk about that advantage that Ford's going to get. Let's take a look at Ford. Ford is currently, once they hit the line, as Beast is the final car to come into pit road, once they hit the line, Ford, I believe the final car, Ford is, oh no, he's still a lap down, but as you can see right there, about maybe 2 seconds away from Bubble. So a very big lead that Ford has now, as this might be the decider unless something happens, as the rest of the field catches up right next to them. That's Bubble coming out in first, or in second, I'm sorry, in second, with Kimi, Agent, and Kamba right behind.
Yeah, Ford pulled away a lot, but Bubble is on really fast tires, and he is by far the fastest truck in the field right now. So Ford is going to have to do everything he can to try to play defense here and fend off Bubble. And then coming off of pit road, it looks like he's going to pass Little Man, but it looks like Ford is not going to pass the 60 of Athenum. Athenum is still in the race lead here, exiting pit road. So that's very interesting to see. Looks like Athenum and Little Man had a really good stint there compared to Ford, unless they took less tires or less fuel here. But
there's no fuel,
yeah.
By the way. I want to say that these are a different chassis than what we run at super speedways. But to also say, we were kind of wrong at that. We thought Ford was doing this good. I mean, he caught up a big time with where he was originally, but now he's just got to find that pace to get to the lead, and he hasn't had that today.
He hasn't. It looks like he's not going to be able to get that. Oh, he's going to come into the pits yet again here. Potentially, maybe for the final time here, going to try to get another advantage going. Looks like he's just going to be playing this defensively. He's going to try to come in, get fast tires, fresher tires, try to come out, put in all the laps he can, try to pull a huge gap. And as the laps close down, I believe some of these guys will be coming into pit once again, or maybe we'll try to stretch it. But they're going to come into pit again, and then they're probably going to try to try to catch up to Ford and his gap. So I think this is Ford thinking, all right, I'm going to come into the pits, I'm going to try to open up a gap, and I'm going to play defense, try to win this race.
Definitely, there's 19 to go now, so you got to start strategizing, and you got to figure it out now. As, by the way, during that time, Bubble had made the pass on Little Man. So now Bubble in second place. He's going to try and run down the number 60 of Athen to maybe win his first Truck Series race. Again, both of them trying to win their Truck Series, the first Truck Series race, as Little Man is the only one to do so currently. By the way, I want to mention next week we go to, next week we go to Kentucky, the Built Ford Tough 175. That should be a fun one, as we've only got 8 races in the season, so it'll be a really quick season, but it should be a very fun one too if all goes well, as Little Man has definitely lost pace from Bubble, and that's just the tire difference. But even then, Bubble pitted before Little Man, so that's just his speed too, as he's starting to catch up to Athen. We're gonna have a battle.
You're at 60, gonna be playing huge defense here right now on Bubble. Going to be very interesting to see how hard he's going to try to fend off the 4 of Bubble here. Bubble catching up corner by corner. I'd say coming into next lap, coming into turn 1, Bubble potentially going to try to make a lunge here on the 60, try to take the race lead.
As he's coming again, as you said, he needs to play defense, and I think that is definitely what he needs to do, because you do not want Bubble to pass you. If Bubble passes you, you're done for. He is fast. As we're about to see here, turn number 1, Athen trying to stay away from him. I think that's Bubble with the better corner. He is Bubble with the better corner. He's gonna try to bump a little bit. He bumps him out of the way. To the inside goes Bubble. Bubble boy looking to make the move. He's gonna back out of it, knowing that's not the right time, as here he comes going for another one. Bubble side by side with Athen. Again, anything can happen anywhere else on the track. A caution, a person flipping, who the heck knows, as Bubble takes the lead, and this might be the pass for the win.
Yeah, Bubble, that was really, really good racing there. Really good offense. Played it patient. He knows he has 16 laps to go. He knows he has the faster and fresher tires. He knows he has what it takes to get this race win. He was very confident, and you're starting to see why he was confident. He played it patient, and he made the right move at the right time, able to get the exit speed on the 60, and now he's in the lead. And it looks like he will be in control of this race lead for the rest of this race, unless they have to come into the pits, and Ford has a huge gap. We'll have to see here on MCRN Racing Network here in Kimi's Racing Enterprise on MCRN. Don't miss a thing.
As Bubble, honestly, he's kept the gap, but Athen has been able to maintain it. He's not going anywhere. Bubble might be faster, but Athen's he's still kind of there. So hoping for, some of these guys are hoping for a caution to even have any chance to win. As Agent, by the way, I want to say a funny story. Agent JF had heard what Bubble had said over during the Daytona live broadcast. And again, Bubble very cocky about this track. He wasn't even cocky. I think he knows. And his skill in showing today shows that he was right. And Agent wanted to prove that wrong, and he currently sits in 5th, Little Man in 3rd. Bubble definitely the better brother racing here at Phoenix International Raceway, as now Bubble has extended his lead from Athen. This might be it.
Definitely extending. I do agree with you on one thing, on how, you know, he's not really pulling away too much from the 60. I wonder if he's trying to use this opportunity to kind of save his tires, because Blake actually mentioned something in our DM, said Ford definitely looking for a caution. So that's something to think about. If the caution comes out, you don't want to burn out your tires a lot, because Ford and a couple other people are on really fast tires. So you definitely want to try to, you know, try to save your tires so it's not a huge fall off difference between some of the guys that have faster tires. But yeah, it's just preparing for anything here, as it's 11 to go here, entering 3 and 4 for Bubble in the Camping World Truck Series here at Phoenix International Speedway.
And by the way, the name you mentioned, Blake. Blake is our producer and live streamer. Producer basically meaning the same thing. He will live stream these MCRN Thursday night Thunder races and even the nationwide races on Friday nights. So special thanks to him, because none of this will be possible without him. With him? Without him? I don't know. Just, we need him. So thank you to Blake. And Athen still losing more each lap. I think it's going to be done, as there is a 4-car battle between Kimi Ventores, a lapped car, I believe, yeah, a lapped car, Ryder, another lapped car, and Agent. That is for 4th place, as this could be the cause of something really bad. Again, anything can happen. So we'll see in the next couple of laps, as Chance is trying to go on that outside, as he has better tires than Kimi, along with Ryder. Chance recently pit, actually, I think with maybe 12 to go. So they're either going to blow past him, or Kimi's going to make it hard. And it looks like they're not making it easy on Kimi.
Yeah, they're not. I agree. If there's this place for a caution to come out, I'd say this pack right here is going to be the main factor if a caution were to come out. A huge tire difference, a lot of bumping and banging on doors. Agent sending it into the inside of the 33 of Kimi here on the entrance of turn 1, now entering the dog leg. They're still going to be side by side, and they're the main pack that they're the most close together pack and set of drivers in this entire field. And yeah, I'd say that if a caution were to come out, these two would definitely be the factors, as they're going 3 wide.
Ooh, and someone's going to hit the wall, and that's Kimi going to hit the wall with Agent. This is battling for position. This is 4th place. Agent just looking for a good thing, and that's Ford in pit road. He's still looking for that caution to be on the freshest of tires. He's already out. He's 2 laps down, and he gets all of his laps back if a caution comes out. So again, that's all people are going to be hoping for. And Agent is still looking to make it to clear Kimi Torres. Can he? No. Kimi's still going to fight it. And if I was Kimi, I would. This is that one position that you're going to need. And for Agent to maybe run just this one race as a one-off, I would definitely fight my hardest to keep that position away from Agent.
Definitely, you never want to give up any positions. You want to maximize, you know, the amount of points that you can. If you have anything to say about it, right now Kimi has something to say about it. He's still putting on a fight with the 14er rider and the 61 of Agent. And like you said, every point matters, because coming up to the, you know, last couple of races in the championship, that one position could make the difference. And right now Kimi is trying to get 2 positions here, trying to get a lot of points on these guys, as they're still 3 wide. Beautiful racing. Agent trying to get a run on the outside, not gonna be able to get it done. Still 3 wide entering turn 1 with 5 to go.
And mostly the only bit of racing, as there's Cam. But
oh gosh! Oh! Ford gets lucky! And it crashes into the wall!
Oh no, what just happened there? And as we were saying and kind of hyping it up to be, a cautionist came out, and that will completely ruin everyone. Ford might be back in it.
Ford, his strategy paid off. He said, you know what, I'm coming in, pray to God for a caution, and he got one. The 8 of Beast, his Chevy Silverado, is in the wall right now, tow link gone, the front of his car severely damaged. The caution will come out. This might be overtime in the Camping World Truck Series, and Bubbles' huge gap that we just saw compared to the 60 is gone. And guess who's up there? Ford. Ford is pretty far back, but he has like very, very fresh tires. He just came in, I'd say like 2 or 3 laps ago, so he's going to be flying through this field. There's going to be a lot of battling. The 60 is definitely going to be setting the 4. The 27 is going to be setting the 60 and the 4. A lot's going to happen. Ford pit with 6 laps to go. Beast DNFs from the race. This is going to get very hectic here. We're in for an absolute thriller here in Thursday Night Thunder in the Camping World Truck Series. KRE, Kimi's Racing Enterprise on MCRN. Green next time. Marcus, this is about to be peak.
This is definitely going to be peaking. Let's just hope it doesn't get too bad, because again, we want clean racing, and most of these guys just want to win. So we're going to do some crazy racing here, as some people are on new tires. That's Chance. Chance is on new tires. Chance, Ford, DJ, Carmelo, Prime, most of those guys. So again, this could be anyone's race. Yes, and by the way, lapped down cars are now back on the lead lap.
Yeah, they're not going to be going single file too, they're going to be double file, so Ford's just going to get even closer to Bubble here on the restart, and he's definitely going to be making very aggressive moves. Same with everyone in the field, for that matter. We might even see the 27 alone man send his brother in turn 1. These guys are going to get really desperate for a win, especially, you know, with the tire advantage that we've been seeing today. So it's going to be definitely something to watch. As, yep, green this time, crossing the line this time.
And again, Bubble has just been so strong, along with Athen. Athen, you can't cancel him out. This top 4 has been in the top 5 this whole race. As, by the way, keep in mind that low lane is literally all the Fortune brothers. That's Bubble Boy first, Little Man in 3rd, and in 5th place, that's Agent JF. Who, this could be anyone. Again, people in the back, they've got fresh tires, but people have the will to defend as hard as they can.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of moves that shouldn't be made, and especially with the guys that aren't on the fastest tires right now, if they don't make a move and they play it, you know, safe, they're just going to get taken advantage of and fall all the way to the back. So we're going to be seeing a lot of moves right now. Maybe even another caution. Who knows? We're going to have to find out and see here on MCRN Racing Network. Kimi's Racing Enterprise Camping World Truck Series going to be restarting with 2 to go.
As we get ready, Sin, you will take the 2 to go. And obviously, you know how this goes. Again, this can be anyone's race. But you got to defend it or you got to push it. Like Ford starting all the way back. That's complete last place. He needs to figure, never mind. He's in second to last, or maybe third to last. So he's got to do some catching up to do. As we get ready, Sin, take it away.
Yep, anyone's race here at Phoenix. It's been an absolute thriller today. Here in the desert of Arizona, we have 12 hungry drivers, but only one can come on top for round 2. As here we go, who will it be? Bubble in the Ford, the 60 of Anthem. Someone else, Ford, making a move on the outside. We're green for potentially the last time today, as the 60 gets a really good run on the outside, but Bubble on the fresher tires is going to use that to his advantage. But oh, he's going to get stuck in the apron. He might lose a little bit of speed there. It looks like he will. The 60 going to try to make a move. There's a crash! Charmander going into the air. Kimba going into the wall. A huge crash. Everyone's collected. Oh my goodness. As Ford Charmander, Kimba, Kimi went around. I don't think Kimi has damage, but
he doesn't. And that's KM Bug out, and one of the MRCL Ryder and KM Bug out of this race. KM Bug, one of the MRCL refugees, unfortunately out of it. Ryder out of it, and is Carmelo out of it? Oh, and there's a wreck in the front stretch. That's Agent. I don't think he's got.
Guess what? Guess who gained all those positions is he's going to be starting in, I believe, 5th once Agent gets back.
Oh my gosh.
Ford is ever so closer to this. It's going to be overtime here after a huge crash involving, I believe, like four drivers. As it's going to be the first overtime, I believe, of the night. Bubble in first, but Ford is right there. If anyone is going to be Bubble, it's Ford on the freshest tires in the field right now. Kimbug's DNF, Ryder's DNF, their day is done. Agent making a little bit of contact with Ford, but oh my word, this is it's all about Thursday night thrillers.
Thursday Night Thunder, baby. That's what this is, and that's the truck series, baby. As again, like you said, overtime restart. So we almost had a car go over.
Carmelo got really close. You saw, almost had our first blowover of the season, only in round 2. That could have ended horribly if he flew up into the catch fence. But luckily he's okay. His car isn't okay, and unfortunately, is he DNF'd?
No, he's not. He's still in.
No.
He's got his last car, so he's still in there. But we'll start at dead last. So he's got to work hard to do something.
He is. Yeah. We're going to be going green next time. Will this be the last one? We'll see. Still a lot of drivers, they're going to be very aggressive. As we talked about, drivers going to get really aggressive, try to make moves. Kimi going into the pits.
That's very strange for Kimi. I don't know if that will count towards anything, if he pits or if he just did it on accident. I guess we'll see here, as everyone's going to start doubling. That's Carmelo respawning his car.
Not too sure either. Interesting scenes happening right now. But we will be going green this time. Kimi came in to get... Maybe he came in to get fuel. I don't know. Fuel no tires, but... Okay.
No, he can't do fuel, and he can't even do tires, so I think this is just like
fuel, so...
And I think he gets a penalty if he pits. So again, I don't know what is going on with Kimi, but I think we'll see. By the way, top 4, the Fortune Brothers plus Athen. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be one of them, or it could be Ford. Ford been shaping up till the end to hopefully get this win, and they're going to be green next time. It looks like Kimi was allowed to pit, and they're going to go green next time. The race is called, the restart is called off, so we will go green in the next couple of laps. But man, Sam, how's this race been in your eyes?
It's been very good. I know we had a little bit of fuel strategy, which was pretty cool to see in the early stages of the race. You know, it was very interesting to try to figure out, you know, what the game plan was for some of these drivers with all the different strategies. And then it was also interesting to see, you know, what the tire fall off and stuff was. And it's just been a very good race. And right now we're at the absolute peak of it. Everyone's close together. There's only 2 laps left. It's anyone's race to win. 10 drivers left in this field. We're going to be going green next time. It really is anyone's race here in the Camping World Truck Series Thursday Night Thunder. But it's just a matter of time and a question on who will it be? Whose race?
Definitely.
Whose race?
As there's 10 cars still in. That's Cut, Beast, Ryder, and K-Bug. Unfortunately DNF'd. But 10 cars still survive. And for a chance to maybe win this race as they're green this time. Again, my pick, DJ, currently sitting in 7th place.
Mine in first, and I'm not going to be a bandwagon. I know Ford has fresh tires, and honestly anything can happen. But honestly, I'm feeling Bubbles' confidence from what he said last week. And looking forward to seeing a little bit of a Denny Hamlin, I beat your favorite driver type of, you know, motion that we see at the end of this race if he does win. So I'm all for it. I'm going with the Bubble Boy and the number 4 Longhorn Racing Chevy Silverado to win his favorite racetrack, I believe, tonight on Thursday Night Thunder.
We'll see it here. As a couple more corners till the restart again. There's still a lot that can happen. There could be another wreck. There could be another flip, a near flip, and all live right now on MCRN for KRE on turn number 3. Oh,
bars. Yeah.
Get ready. Bubble leads with Athen in 2nd, Little Man 3rd, Agent JF in 4th. Ford in 5th, Chance in 6th, DJ in 7th, Prime in 8th, Kimi in 9th, and Carmelo in 10th. That rounds out your field for 2 to go, overtime. Sin, take it away.
Here we go. Last time it wasn't overtime. We had 12 cars, now it's 10 cars, but the thing that is similar is that we still have a lot of hungry drivers in this field. And who will the hungriest driver be? As here we go, entering turn 1, a very, very even start between the 4 of Bubble and the 60 of Athenum. The 27 of Little Man trying to make a move 3 wide. He's going to be smart about it. Ford making a move, putting it 3 wide between the 22 and the 61 of Agent. Broops in the 50 trying to make a move, make it 4 wide. He's going to back out. The 60 trying to make a move on the 4. The 27 is we're going to be coming to the white flag.
As here we go, white flag, Little Man going into Athen, and that puts him up into the wall, and a bunch of people into the wall. Ford mad at DJ. White flag now in the air as they're 4 wide. Little Man, the only one that could contest with Bubble, but no. Here's Ford and DJ. Ford and DJ using up Little Man as Bubble is running his track clean, but here is Ford. Ford maybe gonna have the run. Can he do one last send? One more. Here it is to the inside. Bubble and Ford. Ford looking for the win. Little Man wrecking in the back into the wall. That's gonna be his race, and Bubble is gonna win against Ford. And Little Man, your last weekend's winner, wrecking in the back after almost a 3 wide failed attempt with Chance. Definitely not going to be happy, as I guess he was right. He called it, and he knew it was going to happen.
He did very close. Ford with a beautiful lunge on the inside, almost got it. Very, very nice attempt from Ford, but unfortunately it was not enough to get the win. Ford still ends up getting P2, but your race winner getting congratulated by pretty much the entire field, including Ford. Love shown everywhere from every racing driver in the Camping World Truck Series tonight for Thursday Night Thunder. Congratulating the one and only Bubble Boy 05 and the number 4 Longhorn Racing Chevy Silverado. He will be your race winner for round 2 here, Phoenix International Raceway.
Crazy, and we'll get an interview in the coming of minutes. Stay tuned, you'll hear these drivers thoughts, especially little man. We want to see that. All right, I want to hear that. As we'll see who. We'll see if we could get Bubble up here in a minute. What a finish.
Yeah, great finish. Ford really using everyone there, all the tools he could. And by tools, I mean some of the racing drivers. He was really setting it in, trying to use some of their cars to get runs, and it worked. And he was able to get close enough to Bubble at the end, and he almost made a move to win the race, but Bubble played it really smart, had a really flawless race today, and Bubble is your winner here at Phoenix for the first time in the World Truck Series.
He's here, Bubble. So, you can hear us?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so you got the win. Yeah, you predicted it back at Daytona. You said this was going to be your track, and your track, it was amazing showing today. How do you feel?
Pretty good. I like, perfect day. I got the Camping World bonus. I got fastest lap and pole. Actually, let me check that real quick. Yep, fastest lap, 32.3. So that's pole plus fastest lap, Camping World bonus plus a win. That's max points for the race day. So I'm gonna take the championship lead. And I finished the race. I finished the race on 36% tires. And on the restart, I was, fighting for my life, trying to not get sent. And I did get sent on the final lap, so I just decided to block the apron. And if he went to the grass, he was just gonna spin himself out. So,
Bro, I don't know why you think you would just server mute like that, bro.
And I was gonna say, and next week we go to Kentucky. How do you feel that's gonna be?
Man, I don't know. I'm kind of bad at Kentucky. Last time we did Kentucky, I think I wrecked out. So I don't know about it, but I'll figure it out.
Alrighty, thank you, Bubble, and congratulations on this Phoenix win. As Sin, we're gonna give you the one opportunity to interview your second place finisher, and that's Ford.
I'm very excited for this one. Ford, pretty solid day, so close to the win. Tried to make that last lunge in the last few laps, lap one or the final lap. Able to get past Lil Man, coming off of the dog leg, and really sent it in to try to get the lead from Bubble, but unfortunately couldn't get it done. How are you feeling about the race, your race overall, and what could you have done differently to try to get the race win here at Phoenix?
Man, it felt good. It was a great race.
God.
It was a great race. Try on the last corner. I could have set it deeper and really just got up in Bubble, but I decided to be way more civil about it. Right.
So high pitch you can barely hear him.
Hey, I guess I'll ask another question. Ford, next week, Kentucky. How are you feeling going into that race, and what's the game plan to try to get a dub for round 3 at Kentucky next week?
Probably wreck Bubble, and then I'll win the race.
You know,
Solid game plan. Ford, high on Hypotenuse after this race. As pretty solid race, getting P2, and looking forward to seeing how you do at Kentucky next week.
Yeah, thanks.
Alrighty. And we're gonna go interview DJ. DJ, if you can.
Hello?
All right, DJ. So third place finished. Honestly, a solid day just to get third place. I think that is a dub I would take. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. I got really lucky, along with Ford, on just pitting and hoping for yellow. Yeah, I mean, just a good day. P3 after, being at the back for most of the day because of, me being stupid. It's a good finish. I could have maybe won the race if I took the final corner better, but I can't really complain. So, yeah, and honestly, congrats to Bubble. He was just the class of the field today. I don't know how he hung on with like 50% tires.
I mean, hey, he said he was gonna do it, so he did it. Do you plan on racing next week?
If I don't have work, I don't see why not. I think I'll carry good momentum. I got second last time, or third last time we did Kentucky, so I don't know, but hopefully the momentum continues forward.
Alrighty, and congratulations on that third placed. Good luck next week if you show. Alrighty, we're gonna go with Chance. Does he have a mic?
Yep.
Yes. All right, Sin, take it away.
All right. Fourth place is your final result here at Phoenix International Raceway. A pretty solid showing. How do you feel after your fourth place finish here at the desert of Arizona?
I feel as if I shouldn't have gotten that fourth place position. I qualified fourth, I finished fourth, but throughout the race, I just kept in the wall, couldn't really keep off of it. I was mostly in the back for most of the race, but if anything, if we did not have an overtime finish, I was probably going to get around 7th or 8th, which I wouldn't be mad at in my first start, but I'm happy I got 4th.
Yeah, I'd be happy too. A very, very good overtime restart and just overtime sequence for you, being able to get fourth. Big congratulations for getting fourth here at Phoenix. And are you hoping to get anything better next week at Kentucky? And how are you going to try to achieve that next week?
If I'm able to show up to Kentucky, I definitely will practice more. Just try to be like more cautious of the wall. That's something I learned today. Just like be aware of my surroundings, really.
Yeah, definitely. The wall popping can definitely get you, and practice definitely makes perfect. And hopefully it does make perfect for you next week. Hopefully we see you up in the front fighting for the win. I believe in you. As getting fourth place, looking to capitalize off of that next week at Kentucky with the momentum that he has carried from Arizona. So we will see how that plays out next week. Congrats on your fourth place.
Thank you.
And there is no Athen. Athen is not in VC, so we will jump to 5th place, and that is Agent JF. Agent.
Yep.
So, an unfortunate day. I think very fortunate for you to get into the race, qualifying P14, and ended up going not P5, P6. Apologies. So, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, we'll see. I feel like it should be a P5. Chance full sent in the last corner. I've got a great view, but great clip there. Chance like full throttling into Kimi, so we'll see. But other than that, Bubbles feeling cocky. He got kind of lucky there at the end. Low man was trash.
Nope.
Just completely walled Athen, and then was, blaming Athen. And then I said something, and he started crying. And he kept disconnecting me from the VC during interviews. So it was just really childish and sad to see from a 25-year-old.
Oh.
And other than that, really good pace from Bubble. Strong finish from DJ. I want to shout out DJ coming back. That was kind of awesome from DJ. And a really good battles in the second stint. That first green flag run was super fun. But I was dealing with lag the whole time. I just was never gonna have like race winning pace. So just happy to be here, happy to race, happy to finish 6th.
Alrighty, and yeah, this is really. What?
I was gonna say this is just a one-off. So
Yep.
if I'm gonna do just a one-off, I'll take a 6th.
I was about to mention that yeah, this is your one-off. So you did decent, and at least you didn't not qualify for your one-off, because that was really close, really close.
Yep.
But that is it. Good luck in whatever you do next.
Thank you.
And that'll be it. Next, Athen is finally joined, so we're gonna jump back up to 5th, and we'll talk to Athen soon.
All right, Athen. I believe you get 5th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. 5th place finish here at Phoenix. I know you restarted, I believe, 2nd. Very unfortunate. What happened on the last few laps with Lil Man and the others?
Oh, well, I was on the outside of Bubble. Then he cleared me out of 2. I didn't have that much of a run, so I had to just try and throw it in and turn 3 as best as I could, but I didn't see Lil Man there. I squeezed him a little bit. Thought we'd have enough rotation, and I was a little naive there. I thought the 4 would give me a little more room. So, but you know, we were battling for the win. It's overtime. It's kind of do what you got to do. Sorry, low man, but I was going for a win.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta do what you gotta do in the last few laps. You saw Ford do that. And we saw you do that, and a lot of other drivers too. But yeah, how are you looking to try to get a better finishing position next week at Kentucky?
Well, finishing position doesn't really matter. I just want to win. I just want one. That's all I'm here for. I just want one win, man. That's another way I've lost a race here.
Yeah,
Thursday.
Get him out. Get him out.
As yeah. Anyways, so yeah, definitely. I think you definitely have a shot to get first, as long as you know what happened today. Just the battling and everything, you know, doesn't happen. But yeah, I think you definitely have a shot. Looking forward to see how your race plays out at Kentucky. But overall, a pretty solid finish at here at Phoenix, getting 5th place. Not too shabby. Congrats on your finishing position, and looking forward to see how you do next week at Kentucky.
All right, thank you.
And I think that will end all interviews for today. That is MCRN for KRE. And I'm your host, Marcus, and this was Thursday Night.